everybody, I have a mixed breed dog here. His name is Puppy. He's not a puppy. He's probably about 14 years old, and he's a little overdue for his grooming. I'm going to show you what it takes to make this guy beautiful. And if you don't want to watch the whole video, skip ahead to the very end. Okay, first thing, I'm going to start off by trimming his eyes so he can see while he's being groomed. His face is really matted, so I couldn't get my scissors through it. I just wanted to get some hair off before his bath. So I had to come back with my 30 blade, which is extremely short, and shave out the corners of his eyes, but being careful not to scrape his skin. He's getting a number 7 blade all over, which is pretty short. It's not the shortest length, but it's short. So this dog's hair took about 2 hours total just for the haircut, which is very long and usually would take me an hour, and I'm slow. It took me 2 hours because I have to shave him before his bath. Then I'll finish his haircut after he's completely dry. So he gets 2 haircuts. But when the dog is this matted, if I was to wash him with all this hair, his skin wouldn't get clean, and it would just make the mats tighter as it dries. And honestly, it seems to me like this dog has been washed recently because I had a very hard time getting his hair off. It's hard to explain unless you're a groomer. You kind of learn. Like, this hair should just come right off. It's not that matted. It's matted, but it could be a lot worse. But the fact that I have to go over and over and over the same spot, and he's really not that dirty, makes me think he just had a bath with all this hair, and as it dries, it tightens, which makes it even harder to get off. I mean, I could use a 10 blade. That's the shortest blade that I would use on a body. But it's probably too irritating. The shorter the haircut, the more of a chance you're taking that their skin might be really irritated afterwards. And it's not really anything you do, but the mats and all that hair actually starts to attach to the skin. And it's really hard to get off. So this guy is really old, and he also has a bad heart. So he's been to the vet, and he's very thin. I mean, I'm not sure why he's so thin. I don't know if it's related to his heart problem. But real quick, I want to show you the blade I have to use. I was using a regular 7 blade, but I'm going to use a skip tooth blade. It's a lot sharper and it goes through the hair a lot easier. But you have to be careful with it because you can cut their skin easier with this blade. But anyway, talking about his weight. So his bones are sticking out, and it's very easy to cut his skin with the clipper blade. So it makes it very difficult to cut his hair, because if you think about his spine, his ribs, and his ankles, all of his bones are sticking out, and I don't want to press on his skin with the clipper blade because it will cut his skin wide open. This is a very hard dog to groom today. I'm not complaining, I'm just trying to explain why it took me so long. I want to get all the hair off his face before I put him in the bathtub. I'm using a number 10 blade on his face. I have to pull his skin tight and shave against the growth of his hair. I have to make sure I get in his lips. If not, when he goes home later, he'll have hair sticking out of those bottom lip folds. Like I said, he's not going to look good right now. I'm just getting the hair off really fast before I put him in the bathtub. I'm just trimming around his ears real quick just to get the bulk of the hair off. I got my Mustang coffee mug and my black coffee, and now we are going to go get in the bathtub. Not us, just him. Got to get my apron on and let the water warm up. I'm loading him up in shampoo. Like I said, he wasn't that dirty. I think he just had a bath. It seems like he just had a bath. Make sure I get his little nose nice and clean and in the corners of his eyes. All the dogs I groom get conditioner also. Since he's an older dog, I'm going to go ahead and cover his ears up. This is a happy hoodie. It's just a piece of fabric that closes his ears up so the dryer doesn't sound so loud. All right, I'm going to towel dry his face. Then I'm going to put him away for a few minutes, clean up my mess in the tub. Then I will get him back out and finish drying him on the table. I'm going to use this fan to help him dry as we go. All right, let's get started with the number 7 blade all over. Now remember, I don't know if you can tell, but I said that his bones are sticking out since he's an older dog, so I have to be very careful not to poke him with this clipper blade. It's very sharp. I'm using the number 7 skip blade because it's sharper. He's a poodle mix, and poodles grow hair everywhere, between their toes and in the pads of the feet. So I'm shaving out the pads of his feet with a 30 blade. Then I'm going to come back with my scissors and trim up between all of his toes. I'm using a number 10 blade around the base of his tail to keep his poo-poo area nice and clean, because as you can imagine, every time he goes to the bathroom, stuff gets stuck in his hair. I'm brushing out his tail with a slicker brush. And checking for tangles with my comb. I'm using my slightly curved scissors to trim along the bottom. And he has mats under his arms, so I'm carefully shaving under his arms with a 10 blade. Not sure if you can tell how thin he is, but he's pretty thin. But like I said, he's an older dog and he probably has some health problems. I'm trimming up his feet. All the dogs I groom also get their nails cut with their grooming. So poodles also grow hair inside their ears, so I have to shave the whole inside of his ear out with a 30 blade and pull out the hair in the ears using a little ear powder to grip. It grows loosely, but it has to be pulled out with your grooming. Some groomers don't do it, some do, and I do, unless the owner asks me not to. If not, the ear traps moisture and they can get ear infections. Cleaning his ear out with ear cleaner and a cotton ball, and this definitely looks much better. I'm finishing shaving his face with a tin blade. He was kind of wiggly for it. I'm going to think he probably has some bad teeth in there since he is old. That's usually the reason why old dogs don't want their faces touched. He's almost ready. I'm wiping him down with some spray-on conditioner. And I'm going to get a little bit of water too and wipe his face off, make sure all the loose hairs are off. If you made it to the end of the video, can you just put dogs in the comments section and let me know you watched the whole thing? He's getting dressed up in a handmade slip over the collar dog bandana. It just slips right over the collar and he doesn't even know he's wearing it.